So I've made it to the bottom of El Salvador. I'm at this lovely beach sort of setting. There's Emma's tent there, and mine's just behind me underneath this little hut or house, which gives me a bit of shade, which is nice. We're just going to get ready and go and play in the ocean, which looks a little rough, but it's probably quite fun. And then there's a pool over there which we might dip in afterwards with a bit of fresh water. 300 odd Ks, it's like 38 degrees when I got here, so it's really hot, but not a bad ride. I was here by like 2 o'clock, it's now like 4 now, so I've had a nice relaxing afternoon, just relaxing and eating here and catching up with Emma. Hello!
Hi, cheers!
We've just had a nice swim in the sea and played in the pool, and Emma's being a real human and having a beer, and I'm having a banana smoothie because I'm a child. So this is Emma. We met in Baja, California. We then bumped into her, well I say we, me and Damo, we then bumped into her 4 times.
Yeah, more or less.
Yeah, 4 times throughout Baja, and then because I went home because of my cam issue, Emma caught me up and then overtaken me, and so now I've raced down to catch the Germans and therefore overtaking her, and we thought, well, we'll meet up and have an evening at the beach, which is actually really nice. So tell us about your little story and your trip.
Sure, I'm doing essentially the same trip. You are from Alaska to Argentina, so hopefully make it all the way down to Ushuaia, but by bicycle. So it might take longer, or it might it might take a little bit longer, and there are different challenges. I imagine it's quite different, going at a different pace, but a lot of fun. I'm also raising some money for a charity, which is the Bike Project. It's a UK charity, and they help out refugees and asylum seekers, so that's kind of cool, and adds like that dimension to this project, which is really important to me. And yeah, I just kind of record what I'm doing. I try and take nice pictures, mainly of like bugs and animals and landscapes and stuff, on my Instagram, which is EmmaLou113, and yeah, just enjoying all the way down.
You're definitely braver than I am. Every time I come up to a hill or something like that and I'm going up, even coming here, I saw the hill and I was just like, yeah, I just twist the throttle and go up it. And you're just like, oh god, pedal, and it's like 30, my dash was saying 38-degree heat today, so I can't imagine cycling in that heat. Yeah, I'll link all that stuff in the description, and same with Emma, and put her title of Instagram on the screen. But yeah, we're going to chill out and have a drink. We're going to watch the sunset, catch up with our stories, and, well, we might meet each other in the UK once you finish your trip, I guess.
Oh, yeah,
maybe,
yeah.
hopefully.
Yeah.
Lovely little camp spot underneath this house by Emma, and yeah, she's getting a ferry. There's a ferry that cyclists can get instead of, concentrate on the sand, instead of me having to go through Honduras, so she doesn't have that issue. I kind of want to find a bin quickly. So there's a ferry that goes between El Salvador and Nicaragua, and she can get that as a cyclist, but overlanders on her vehicles can't. So we have to go through Honduras, which is why I had to go through the whole ball ache of getting a visa, and she doesn't, which is nice of her. So we're up early. It's not even 7 o'clock, it's 10 to 7. We're hitting the road early to get the borders. I've got 2 border crossings to do today. The one into Honduras from El Salvador, and the one out of Honduras into Nicaragua, and then we'll see how far we get into Nicaragua today. Yeah, I'd like to make some good ground today. I don't think I'm going to film the borders because you're not really allowed to. It's just sometimes more hassle than it's worth having cameras on, so I'm going to take them all off, go through the borders, and I'll just meet you on the other side past this morning cows of traffic. Oh. I'll stop and let you go by. Morning, ladies. Buenos dias. Oh, there we go, a little bit of traffic for the morning. It's happening again. There's the advantages of getting up nice and early. I have no rush whatsoever. They're so cute, the little calves. You're all gonna taste yummy. Actually, probably not. You've got nothing on you. Oh, hello, boy. Honduras. Very dry, very arid. I'm just cruising along to the next border crossing. It's pretty damn hot. 34 at the moment, I think, down there, look. Long day. So I'm in Nicaragua. Yesterday was a very long day. First border was an hour, wasn't too bad. Then I had about 4-hour ride, something like that, 3 hours to the next border through Honduras. The next border I was there for 3.5 hours. It was very hot, had like 39 degrees. But I got through that and then I rode to Leon, which is here. Last night it was very pretty. There was a nice sunset and the birds were tweeting in the trees. So I just grabbed a McDonald's and basically went to my hotel room and went to sleep. It was 333 kilometers and about 10.5 hours in total. So yeah, pretty knackered at the end of that. But this is a nice little town. I'm gonna have a brief walk around it this morning at 7:30. And then I'm gonna set off and go and meet a friend called Chuck, which you might have seen. Oh, that was cool. You might have seen the other day. So I met him at the Belize border. I'm gonna catch up with him on his little island in Nicaragua and spend an evening there. So that should be good. There's a little sprinkler here. And as you can see, it shoots right across the path, which subsequently means I now look like I've peed myself because I wasn't paying attention. I walked straight through it. Oh, what an idiot. So this is Leon. I say I had a little walk around this morning, got some breakfast. But there's just like a nice little village really, a little town. It's got like some quite good amenities. Lovely church and cathedral and things. I've not noticed the difference between Guatemala, Honduras, El Salvador and Nicaragua. They're in the wrong order, but I've not noticed the difference. I found them quite similar. I'm sure the cultures are very different. I'm sure the food is different. Yeah. He's happy to see me. That's cool. I shouldn't have done this in town. It's too hard to concentrate and talk at the same time. As I said, I'm off to meet Chuck. It looks like he's on a very nice sort of resorty place. Well, sort of resorty place. It's got a hostel there, so it's not too expensive for a dorm room. So I've nabbed one of those on booking.com last night. So I've got 250 kilometers to do today. I think there's various police checks along the way that I've been seeing on iOverlander, but I think most of them are going to be fine. I have to say, every police check I've ever been to on this trip, they've just waved me past. If you can spot them early enough, you don't do anything stupid on the approach, so don't go in too fast, don't do any overtakes, and just put it along with the traffic, it's not really an issue. 33 degrees again, which is hot in Fahrenheit, and I think it's going to be another hot, long-ish day, but I'm quite looking forward to where I'm going today. It looks very nice, although I know this is going to bother some people, but I realised when I looked at the details yesterday, they said, oh, don't bring any animal products, blah, 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 and I thought, well, that's fine, I'm not carrying any anyway, really. And then like, oh, you can enjoy our delicious vegan meals, and I went, oh. Like, I'm sure there's something nice that'll be there. But my experience of vegan meals have never been that great, and I'm sure other vegans will be watching going, no, there's amazing food, but I don't think that. So that was me blowing a raspberry. You can't tell, 'cause I'm in a helmet. Right, fuel, hit the road, let's go. Super full. Full, sí. Gracias. Because I've got that fuel filter in there, it fills up quite quick, or backs up quite quick, so I don't let them do it just in case they shove it in and break it. See? Costa. Sake. Okay. You okay? Yeah, I'm good. Yeah? I just distracted me. I didn't see the post. Yeah.
Careful, boy.
Huh?
Careful.
No, I just looked at him. I didn't see the post.
And this road is very dangerous.
Yeah, it's fine.
From Managua, right?
I've ridden from I've come from Canada.
Oh, okay.
I've gone Guatemala, Mexico,
Where do you go?
Honduras, Chile, Argentina.
Okay. And now Nicaragua,
No, now Nicaragua to the island.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I just didn't see the post.
Oh, I know that. All right, brother.
But yeah.
Okay. Careful.
Gracias. Well, that was embarrassing. People distracting me. Oh, well, that was very annoying. The annoying thing is, I think the screen can take it, but this bracket here, yeah, that's all. And if you can see, I've bent up that bracket and pulled it all. So, the only problem, that tablet takes a bit of a beating when it's up there, but there's literally nowhere else for it to go. Everything else is good. Oh, God's sake. Right, well, thankfully they were there to help me pick it up, which was nice of them. But stupid little twat that decided that he wants to sell me sunglasses while I'm pulling away from a petrol station. Admittedly, I should have watching, but I just didn't. Yeah. Well, whatever. Happens, isn't it? Right, reset myself. Let me sort myself out. Let the adrenaline sod off because it's pumping through my body at the moment in that situation. Get myself back on the right route. Carry on. So these school buses are not school buses, they're called chicken buses, and that's where all tourists and other people travel on. This one's going particularly slowly. But yeah, that's how the backpackers get around sort of Central America on those. It looks very hot, very sweaty and very long. And the view ahead of me of a truck with a couple of kids in the back is pretty standard. Speed limit's about 80 kilometers an hour, so you don't really overtake because the police are all sort of corrupt and want to bribe, blah blah blah, and I don't want to risk it, I don't want to spend any money. So I just sit and poot along with the traffic at 70, 80 kilometers an hour. But it's not all that exciting. So here's another bus. That actually might be a school bus, but still. I think the chicken buses are all decorated. Yeah. So welcome to my life. Sat behind a lorry, doing about 40 miles an hour. 210 kilometers to go. And that's about the interaction I get at a police checkpoint. So, they're as boring as that. Standard traffic. Horse and cart. It's a very, very busy, little congested sort of town that I'm forced to go through. I'm hot, bike's hot. Ugh. Oh well, more of the journey. As part of this little trip today, we have to get on a boat and go over to that island in the distance, if you can see it. Looks a little choppy actually. So I have no idea how this is going to work. I'm going to have to figure out how to buy a ticket. I think you're supposed to buy them in advance. I haven't, because I have no idea when I was going to go. So I'm going to just wing this. Well, that was very confusing. I had to go and pay at 3 different points. One for the tax, one for my ticket, one for the bike's ticket, then get the ticket for the bike checked, and then get everything checked. But I'm by the ferries. Just no idea which one. So I'll wait until I'm told. I'm guessing it's that one. But I think we might go on last. No idea. Wing it. See what happens.
So it's a bit choppy, and I've just realised it's freshwater because it's a lake, so I'm not actually worried that my boat's getting splashed around. I don't know if you can see, it's down the side there. And if it gets splashed around,
then so be it, because it's just going to get a wash. I don't like the fact that it's raining now. That's a bit crap. I'm on the island. That was all very rushed and weird. Sorry. That was all very rushed and weird. Absolutely rammed at the top of the boat. And then they said, oh, can the motorcyclist come down? Obviously in Spanish. Well, I kind of understood it. So I had to battle my way through, and all the tourists were like, oh no, you can't go past. And I was like, well, you're not going to get off the boat unless I do, so your choice. Got to the front, got to my bike, sort of got it ready, got it untied, and then started to get off, and then they started letting all the passengers off at the same time. So I was a bit like, well, why are you asking the motorcyclists to come off to move the vehicles and then letting all the passengers go off at the same time? That makes no logical sense that you're going to do both at the same time. In which case I might as well just waited and then got to the bike when I got to the bike and got it off. Bit of a mission with the old big bike on the little ferry. I think a lot of people in South America have no conception of the difference between handling a big bike and a little bike. They just look at a little bike or just look at a motorcycle and go, oh, it's the same. And it's like, yeah, no, it's not. This bike weighs 3 times yours and it's probably got 4 times the power, so no, it's not the same. However, I've done it, I'm off. Here we go, lovely. See you later, boys. Oh, so this is the runway. How cool is this? Crossing the runway. There's actually all plain runway. Oh, very interesting. I think that's the first time I've ever driven on a one. Well, no, it's not. I drove this used one in Canada, which you didn't see in the video because I didn't have no real footage of it. But yeah, that's a real one. So I've arrived at this nice sort of little resort. It was a bit of a walk between the bike and the hotel, so I had to lock all my stuff on the bike and wrap it up and put the disc lock on, and then I locked my panniers and then just carried a little bit of doing it, little bit here. I'm very tired after today. It's quite, this heat I think has sucked it out of me. So I'm gonna meet Chuck in a minute and then we'll probably have some food and relax. But it's the breeze is lovely here and it's a nice setting. It's just not as sunny as it was this morning. No, not hopping. He almost looks like he's a rock. That made me jump as much as him. Back on the ferry going back to the mainland. Chuck's joined me this time, so I think we're ready. Yeah, much smoother crossing today, and they allowed us to be down here, unlike yesterday where they're ramming us up top. Although I don't think we're getting up top, to be honest. No, there isn't a gap anymore, so we are with the bikes now. That's it. Hola. Gracias. Getting some free bananas. Well, it's plantain, but free snack on the boat. So last stop in Nicaragua, got that beautiful beach that we're looking down on, and behind me is Jesus. His hand's a bit like Obi-Wan Kenobi, you know. Move along, move along.
Let me see your identification.
You don't need to see his identification.
We don't need to see his identification.
Move along.
Move along. Move along.
There's stunning views from around here. Very, very windy. Right, well, walking back to the bikes, it's about 33 degrees, so it's pretty warm. I think we've got a short distance to the Nicaragua and Costa Rica border, and then we've got a hotel just over the other side. I'm having another evening with Chuck. He's just ahead of me. So it'd be nice to have someone to go through the border with. another pair of eyes and another mind to figure out what the hell is going on as we do it in Spanish. And the Nicaragua borders are not the easiest, so that's going to be the next challenge for this afternoon. Woo, Costa Rica, here we go. How long did that take us? A couple of hours? So 4 hours? 3-4 hours? Yeah, that's Nicaragua done. They got worse borders, I reckon. Terrible. But welcome to Costa Rica. Let me just do a little bit to camera quickly and then I'm good. Right, so we are in Costa Rica, as you may have heard. Chuck's up front, leading us to a hotel. The hotel slash campsite we're going to was recommended by Sven and Ellen again. They've been very useful on this trip, feeding me information. And apparently there's lots of wildlife there, so I'm very excited to see that. But we've got 20 minutes of a highway to kind of get through, so yeah, we are going to do that. But Nicaragua borders are literally the worst I've been to. They just, each one going in and getting out was taken over 3 hours. So yeah, pretty nasty. It's crazy how many trucks there are waiting, isn't it? Oh, it's going. These guys are going to be days, surely. Yeah, like Tuesday last week. How long they've been waiting for? Yeah, it's a lot. We got good enough Spanish to ask. I'll stop with you. I just don't know how I can help you. Technically though, the further back you go, the less time they'll be waiting. They're 3 days waiting here. Oh. So that guy's been waiting 3 days to get to the border. So we're here at this beautiful little camp spot. Well, it was going to be a camp spot, but then Chuck doesn't camp, so we've got a little room. And it's a very special little place because of the animals. And I'm sorry if I'm passing straight past the camera. I've been the camera around to show you this because it's incredible. Look, monkeys! There's another one up the top there. So this is why I've come here, to see the little monkeys walking around, doing their thing. Yeah, apparently the animals are amazing here, so that was the excitement for today for me. And with the boat and the border crossing, I have a very strong burn slash tan. Hopefully it will turn into a tan, but yeah, it's less than ideal. It's stupid British skin. So I'm going to have a look and see if I can find any more animals and get some cool shots of them, and then we'll have dinner later, relax, and then tomorrow I'm hitting the road. I've got about 380 kilometers to catch up with the Germans, Sven and Ellen. So I'm looking forward to seeing them because it's been a long time. The last time I saw them, apart from a very brief road stop in Baja, the last time I really hung out with them and actually had some time to talk to them was Oregon at Moscow Moto. Long time ago. Here's another giant toad like the one we saw yesterday. This one's a bit more visible.